Now, it has been a long old month, and it's still January. But Clodagh is here now with the sweet treat. We all need to get through these last few days of the month. What we got, Clodagh?
We have sticky cinnamon pecan buns.
Nailed it. What do you want on a Monday?
I mean, I feel like we've all been so healthy for the whole of January, and now it's like, hey, it's Monday, we need to be
January's
healthy.
felt like 3 months.
It's been dry and healthy.
It's been dry, it's been health.
Exactly.
Now let's make it sticky and sweet, Claire.
Let's make it sticky and sweet. So you start off first by making the dough. I've got my flour in here, I've got dried, fast, active yeast, I've got sugar, I've got sea salt, I've got butter, and then what you do then is you just blend it together until it looks like...
I get excited when the KitchenAid comes out. I'm like, oh, it's going to be good.
So do I.
Feel like a real pro when the KitchenAid comes out.
Until it becomes like breadcrumbs like that. And then you just pour it in the milk, a little bit like that, until it all starts coming together. Now, I know not everybody has a KitchenAid like that, so what you could do is do all that together, but with the back of a wooden spoon like my mom used to do at home.
Yes.
And then what you do then is just, you know, add all your wet ingredients in and knead it together for about 10 minutes, until it all comes together.
Okay.
So I'm putting in 2 eggs. I've got my milk in there. I've got my 2 eggs.
So dry then wet.
Huh?
Dry then
wet. Yeah, exactly, until it all comes together like a dough.
Oh.
But you need to leave that going for 10 minutes.
And if you've got a wooden spoon, would you go for another 10?
So if you were doing it with your hands at home and you didn't have one of these, you do the first part making it like breadcrumbs with the back of it.
And you sit down for half an hour because your arm is going to
And then, no, but that's only for like 30 seconds.
Right, OK.
And then you do the second part. Shall I just show you quickly how you do it with your hands? Why not? Yeah. So then what you do then is you take it out and you knead it together. And I only got one of those a couple of years ago, so to always do it by hand, because my mom and everything would always do it by hand.
It's what you know.
It's what you know. And right, so it's this part of the hand that you use, this part here, and you knead it like that. And you pull it back, you turn it over, and that's what you need when you're using fresh yeast.
And as that's what I'm saying, that's what activates the yeast,
It's what activates the yeast and makes it light.
All right, Mary Berry.
And it's a good thing to know, actually, because this is what you do for pizza dough and everything like that. But when I lived in Italy and I learned how to make focaccia, they used to always say to me, this is the strongest muscle in your whole body. And I'm like, I don't think so. But it's really good. So you stretch it, pull it back, and then what you do then is you put it into an oiled bowl, and then you cover it with a tea towel or cling film, whatever, and then you put it in a hot spot. So in Ireland we call it the hot press. Here you call it an airing cupboard.
Yes,
it's just somewhere that's like room temperature or above.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Somewhere that's warm, and then it comes out and it looks like that, and it's doubled.
Oh, it's doubled in size.
It's so great.
Yeah,
so
imagine it's like Debbie McGee.
Debbie McGee.
Not a magic trick. I love it.
Debbie McGee. Exactly. And it comes out looking like that, and it's lovely and fluffy, and it's quite exciting to touch it.
So you oiled that bowl first?
Yeah, oil the bowl first so that it doesn't actually
What
stick.
oil would you use for that?
Oh, like vegetable oil.
Just vegetable oil?
Yeah, just regular oil. And then you cut it in half. So you cut it in half like that. And you're going to make 16 buns out of each one. So then the first part then you roll out into a rectangular, like...
Yeah, I want to make like swells.
Exactly. And then here,
exactly. You want to do the arty bit.
No, I just love this
I'll show you,
bit.
So basically, then for the mixture in here, you've got pecans, cinnamon, and brown sugar. And you blend them all together until it comes out like little breadcrumb like that. And that is the filling. And then what you do then is you get melted butter and you pop it...
See, I could just eat that.
Yeah, and you have to have lots of butter on it. This isn't like Healthy Monday. This is like...
No,
don't worry, do you know what? We deserve it.
We deserve it Monday. This is like we deserve it Monday. So loads of melted butter out this, because this is quite dry.
I hope Rishi's not watching today. He's dribbling watching
will,
this. Rishi Sunak on his fast.
That's right.
Yeah.
This might break his fast.
Yeah,
OK, so loads of butter out like that. And then this is actually double the mixture because, I'm only doing half right now. So you pop about half of that on, and then... I probably have too much there.
Oh, so you just spread it over everything?
Over everything.
I always...
And then you roll and cut. There you go. So you don't actually just do one bun at a time.
I know, that makes a lot more sense.
It makes a lot more sense.
Loads all at once. It's actually quite fast to do this. You know what I mean? It's like... You know, you could do it tonight or you could do it Saturday morning. I mean, I love baking on a Saturday morning. That's my time.
That's cute.
And then you just press it in like that. So give it a little press so
I'm
it
loving
stays
watching
in.
this, by the way. I'm getting a little bit lost in this.
Yeah.
know.
It's like them videos on Instagram where you're like,
Yeah, I forget we're supposed to
I know.
talk.
I love watching baking.
Oh, I love it.
So comforting. So then
Oh,
from
so you roll
this
this
side,
way, yeah?
Not that way, because we want
see,
them
I would've
lovely
gone
and
the other
raw.
way, that's it.
And we want lots of little swirls like this. So you just go like that. And tell you, I know it's comforting to watch. It's
It
actually
really is.
comforting to make as well.
Yeah.
Going through
Really,
little
like,
trance.
therapeutic.
like normally as presenters, they're like, you know, keep talking, keep talking. I don't want to.
exactly.
No, even,
don't want
even the gallery's quiet.
Yeah.
Everyone's just
And Barry ain't
dribbling.
shut up this morning. And not a word's left his mouth since you've been
Yeah,
on, I tell you.
literally.
So you just swirl them all up like that. Like this. Because I think it brings you back to being like a kid, right? And your mom would bake or your dad would bake, whatever. So you've got your little roll like that. And then what you do then is, what I normally do, because I'm really bad at measurements, I cut it in half first.
Okay.
And then you cut 4, because you want 8 out of each one, like that. And they're quite tall, and they look quite tall, but you need them because then they squash down when when they
So
cut.
the taller the better.
That's a really bad one. Look at that one.
No, it's a diddy one.
be
It's
like
a
that,
ditty one. They look like tulips a little bit. And yeah, they're when they're cooked. And then you go on like this and like this and like this.
See, it's
and
actually
then
quite simple,
Yeah.
it's
isn't it?
very, very simple.
If this is where it stops, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Talk too
Well, it's
prematurely,
nearly there. So then what you do then is you cover that again for a half an hour and let that rise again.
Oh, so they'll rise again.
Then rise again. You need a second rise. But if you are going to freeze them,
Look,
freeze them at this point
They've got a bit
before the
fatter.
second rise.
Okay, okay.
And then over here
bit more
we've got
sturdy now.
butter, maple syrup, chopped pecans. This is like the topping of all toppings. And then brown sugar. You mix all that together.
Again, I could just put a spoon in that.
I'm
That'd
fine
be
with
me
it.
happy.
Absolutely fine with that.
Mix all that together. It's really good. And then what you do then is get that, and then you
Oh, stop it.
at that.
Stop it. I
you
can't.
plaster it all over.
Oh,
Like
This is a
that.
treat,
this is
isn't it?
filthy and I love it.
Oh my God. And do you know what? You're probably thinking at home going, oh my God, all the little bits that fall to the
Don't
side.
care.
They are
Yeah,
so
but-
good.
Yeah,
like
but that's part of
cracked.
it, isn't it?
And as the baker, you're the one who gets to scrape
Exactly.
Yes.
They actually
No.
taste so good. I was eating them already this morning
blame
when
you.
we were making some pre-eds.
I do that with the roast potatoes, with the nice little crispy bits
yeah.
come off the side. I like
Dirty
that.
bit.
Oh my God, that's so
Dirty
good.
bit.
And then that goes into the oven, and it only, I mean, that is a little bit slobby there.
No,
But
it
it goes
is
into
great.
the
No,
oven at
sloppier the better.
180 degrees Celsius in a fan oven for 20 minutes. And then they come out looking like
Come on, this is the bit we've been waiting for.
so good. Sticky cinnamon pecan.
I need a cup of tea.
With a
Yeah.
cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Or a cup of coffee.
Oh, wow. Look
look
at
at
these.
that.
I'm sorry, I've
Right
just
there.
pushed the plate. I was going to go straight to
No.
it.
That's
don't.
your one.
Oh, thank you very
These
much.
look gorgeous.
And there's your... Oh, wait, here's the other plate.
Thank
There
you, gorgeous.
go.
Do you-
There you go. Now
Do you
munch
You love the
in.
middle as much as I do.
The middle's
Love
best
the
bit
Middle's the
for me.
gooeyest,
The
isn't
middle
it?
is the
Yeah.
best bet. So maybe, like,
I
just
go like that.
tear
I
them
go
open.
middle first. I just can't help it.
Oh, my God, I love them so much.
Oh, it's so cinnamon.
Oh, you should see everybody behind the camera. They're all like, oh.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Oh, it's
Oh.
so good. Are we supposed to read on at this point?
Oh, I suppose so. For details of today's recipe
you.
and lots more from our chef, head straight to our free this morning at Clodagh. These are delightful.
Oh,
Thank you so much for coming in.